Welcome to the Hounds podcast, everybody. That was a little weird how I said that, so excuse me. Welcome to the Hounds podcast, everybody. This episode's going to be a cool one, guys. Man, is a great hunt that's coming up, and I cannot wait to get y'all into this episode. So we're going to be real quick with this. Our motivational quote of the week is: "Perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can achieve excellence." And that comes from Mr. Vince Lombardi, best coach in football history. Go Pack, go. Anyway, then our verse of the week comes from Philippians 4:7. "And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Jesus Christ." So, guys, that's what I want to start y'all off with before we get into this episode, and I'm not going to ruin anything. Let's get right to it, guys. Drop the gate. Welcome, everybody, to the Hounds podcast. This is your home for field trialing and deer dog hunting. It'll be stories and discussions on the world of dog hunting. So let's drop the gate, cast your hounds, and get ready for another episode of the Hounds podcast. The Hounds podcast is proud to partner again with Outdoor Dog Supply for the 2025 year. Outdoor Dog Supply is the leader in online garment sales with their world-class trade-in programs. The guys are not just a business, they're houndsmen and women too. They test their products out in the field, put them to the test, get the latest in garment equipment, and they stay locked and loaded and ready with field trial equipment, collars, leashes, and so much more. Visit their website today at outdoordogsupply.com, and we want to thank Outdoor Dog Supply for their support not only for the podcast but in field trials across the country. When you're looking for your next purchase in equipment, make sure you keep Outdoor Dog Supply in mind. Now, let's get this episode going, guys. Welcome, everybody, to the Hounds podcast. In this episode, we are joined by a guest that is getting ready to put on a very cool hunt, Mr. Chris Scott. Or is it Christopher or Chris? How do you like going by?
Yeah, if you don't mind, I prefer Christopher.
Yeah, that's perfect, brother. Man, you never know with how people like to get called. I've had people call me Jimmy, and I'm like, nah, that's not it. that's not it. So, man, I definitely appreciate you coming on. I know it was very short notice, but you got a hunt that's getting ready to come up, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. And I was like, man, that something like that needs the recognition. But before we get rolling into that, let's just kind of introduce yourself to everybody, kind of tell us who you are and where you're from, man.
Yeah, so my name is Christopher Scott. I'm from a small town in Virginia. It's called Matthews. We pretty much surrounded by corn, beans, water, fish, and deer.
Very nice.
That's pretty much about it. We got a Subway and a Hardee's and no stoplights.
Very nice. That's a super small town then.
Oh yeah, we got a population of about 7,500 people.
Man, it's always funny to me that the small towns always have a Subway. I've never understood that. A Subway and a dollar store.
Oh, we got 3 of them in our county. Oh yeah.
Of course. Oh man. So what region is that? I don't know that I've ever even crossed through Matthews.
Yeah, so it's on the east side. It's right on the Chesapeake Bay.
Okay, I figured you had to be kind of that direction somewhere.
Yep. Do you know where Gloucester is?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're the county above that, I guess.
Gotcha. Okay, I know.
Yep.
Pretty close to about, at least around about where you're at then. That's pretty cool. I gotcha. So, how long have you been a houndsman, man? I know we talked earlier. You're pretty young, so how long have you been into hounds and doing this dog world stuff, man?
Yeah, so I'm 19 years old. I've been a houndsman on my own for about 5 years now. I was a freshman in high school when I got my first pack of dogs.
Okay.
I got them from a buddy of mine that was in our club and always deer hunted with us, and I got my learner's permit, and I was like, man, I'm ready to get down with this, and I've always hunted with my granddad, so I was ready to get loose on my own and have a pack of my dogs, on my own, and
right
pursue my dream.
Very nice. Good for you. Good for you. So, what made you get into dogs then?
Yeah, so I would definitely say my granddad.
Gotcha.
My granddad, he brought me up into it, and we've been hunting together all of our life. Um,
Awesome.
he probably, he brought me hunting probably when I was 4 or 5 years old.
Okay. Very
I
nice.
persu- persuaded that with him.
I like that. I like that. Y'all doing dogs your whole life, or was there some non-dog hunting that kind of got started and then worked your way into the dogs, or was it always hounds involved or dogs of some sort?
Yeah, so he had dogs back in the day. Dogs when I was little. Um, but like I said, we've always hunted together, dog hunted together. We did a little bit of still hunting here and there, but I never liked it as much as I did dog hunting. I was always ready to go dog hunting.
Right.
And he knew that too. He knew I was ready to go dog hunting. I didn't care much for that still hunting stuff. So he always made it worthwhile, for me to go deer hunting with him, dog hunting, and that's kind of how I grew up on it. I'll tell you a quick little story.
Yeah, yeah.
I had my learner's permit, like I said, when I got my first pack of dogs. So
Right.
of course somebody had to ride with me,
Right.
and I had worked years and years, and saved up money from cutting grass in the summertime, and
Mm-hmm.
I bought my first truck high school freshman year, and
Okay.
I wanted the baddest dog hunting rig you could find out there.
Right. Of course.
So I bought a 97 Toyota Tacoma, lifted 7 inches on Super Swampers. and and I tell you what, my granddad was a trooper. He rode with me everywhere chasing
Oh
them.
Lord.
We would go through mud holes just as tall as that truck would, man, and he was, oh my Lord, here we go. Yep. He always said I was keeping him young.
I was gonna say, I bet it brought him back to his heyday, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I bet the first time you brought it to him, he's like, "How the heck am I gonna get in this thing?"
Oh, you know it. Yep. He put strain on that oh shit handle. That's for sure.
I'm sure. I'm sure he did.
Yep.
It ain't nothing like having a good truck that you can get after it when you're out there hound hunting, though.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. That's right. I put that truck through the ringer though. There won't much left of that when I was done with it.
I gotcha. So, what kind of dogs did you get started with when you got your own pack?
Yeah, so I got 4 walkers.
Okay.
They weren't papered, they weren't registered. They were just deer hounds to me. They chased deer through the woods, and I killed deer.
That's right.
I didn't know nothing about any kind of stuff like we know now.
Right.
I had a cheap old dog box. I had the little Alpha 100 and the TT15, TT10 collars, and I was chasing them dogs around like it was gold, man.
That's right. That's right,
No.
man. I tell you what, sometimes you miss those days too, don't you?
Oh yeah, I hear people talking all the time. Oh, we didn't have these collars back in the day. Sometimes I wish I did. I
know it. I know it. I know we say it a lot on this show, but man, I tell you, the collars are a saving grace. But man, I felt like the quality of the dogs have gone downhill since those things come out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. People always turn into shocking their dogs to get them back.
Right.
Now on another hunt, where back in the day, man, you just let that piece of game run.
That's right. Man,
Yeah.
I remember many times growing up, if they missed, if you didn't catch them at that crossing and they went into no man's land over there, it was okay. We'll see them here in a little while.
Oh yeah.
Somebody
Yep.
else go turn loose.
Yeah, that's right. My granddad, he always said he left a jacket or a coat
Yep.
on the swamp road, and he'd go back there the next morning. 2 days later, and they'd be laying on his coat.
That's right. Old school, baby. I love it.
Yeah, that's right, man.
They were tough dogs too, man. Tough.
They were. Absolutely.
But well, let's get into some of the bread and butter of this episode, man. So I'm not gonna steal your thunder on this at all. You got a really neat hunt coming up. I'd actually forgotten about it, and then I saw it come up, and I was like, man, this sounds familiar. And I went back and looked at our messages and saw it. But you had talked to me a little bit about it, and man, you took the reins and went full board and you're doing a great job with it so far. But you got a hunt coming up, so just kind of tell everybody what it is, and what where it's going to be, and kind of like the background behind it, man.
Yeah, so I'll start off with the background a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
I was raised, always helping others,
Mm-hmm.
putting others first before you. And I got to thinking, you look on speed dogs and all that kind of stuff on Facebook, and you've got benefit hunts all the time for, a certain person or families or just one child.
Right.
And, that's a great thing. I'm not down in that at all.
Right.
But, I got thinking, I'm like, how can I do something, to put together to benefit more than one family or more than one child or more than just one.
Right.
And so I just kind of pondered on it, and I'm like, running dogs, the thing that I love to do, running dogs, I could do that. So I got to thinking a little bit about it, and I'm like, what about, if we benefit the children, that don't have anything or that can't have a memorable Christmas, and run our dogs to benefit that cause.
Right.
So I got to thinking about it and pondering about it, and I kind of put it off for a little while. And I was like, man, I don't know if that'll ever work. I was like, but why not give it a shot?
Right.
So anyway, I put two and two together, and I just started thinking and putting things together. And like I said, I'm young. I'm only 19 years old. I've been to plenty of hunts. I've been to plenty of field trials. I've judged, but I've never put no hunt on, by myself.
Right.
So anyway, I got to talking to some people, and
Yeah.
that's
Right.
when I reached out to you
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
was like, hey, I'm thinking about putting on this hunt. What are the steps on putting on a hunt? And
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, and you did a great job explaining it.
Appreciate that.
So yeah, absolutely. So anyway, I'm OCD, so I was like, man, I'm gonna create a flyer, but I got to make this flyer look, spectacular.
Right. Right.
I got to catch people's eye, stuff like that.
That's right.
So I spent about 2 weeks on this flyer making it up, and I'm like, sending it to my girlfriend. I'm like, you think this looks good? And she's like, every time, of course, oh yeah, it looks good. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think.
Right.
So anyway, finally I come up with a flyer and got some things going down, and started asking people for some help and stuff like that. And really, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, it just kind of took off.
Yep.
The word got out, people started offering to help, and I'm like, all right, this is game on. So then I'm like, well, before we do anything, I need a pen.
Mm-hmm.
So I reached out to Mr. Kevin Edwards with Stony Creek Fox Pen.
Yep.
And asked him about it, and he was like, yeah, man, I love the idea, absolutely. So then I knew, I was like, man, it's game on from here.
Right.
So anyway, I got the pen and stuff like that, so we started coming up with trophies, and we got some sponsors and stuff like that, but we'll get into that in a little while.
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, the backstory is just trying to help out the community and try to make our sport that we love, running dogs, look good for
That's
other
right.
people that don't see it, in the eyes that we see it.
Yep. I love that. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And it's not, people just don't understand. It's not just a simple feat of saying, hey, I want to hold a hunt, and it just comes together,
Oh no,
You're
absolutely.
putting a lot of work in. A lot of work. And it's just beginning too, brother. It's just beginning.
Absolutely.
But that's what's super impressive. Like I don't ever dig into people and look at age. And when you told me you were 19, I was like, holy crap! Like this dude's doing this at 19 years old, and that's impressive. Like it's like I said, you got a lot going on, and it's really cool to see that you've taken just this idea and you've rolled with it and made it work, and it's all working. It's coming together so far. So, the Hounds Tales podcast would like to take a minute and talk about our friends over at CajunLights.com. When pleasure running at night or judging those nighttime field trials, put your trust in Cajun Lights. With the economical Cajun Bayou for the every now and then light user, the Cajun Micro for the nighttime feeds, and the top level Cajun Blinder for those hardcore crossings. The Cajun Lights are headlamp style lights that free up your hands for voice recorders or your GPS. They offer flood style lights in red, amber, and white walking lights. Then the top of the line 4-level main beam light. If you're having a hard time catching crossings at night, give the Cajun Light a try on the red and amber setting to catch the game with the easy flick of a switch and go right back to your main beam light and see your hounds in action. Visit our website today at CajunLights.com and check out and make sure you fill out the survey and select Hounds Tales Podcast to receive 5% off your next purchase from Cajun Lights. Now let's get back to the episode, guys. Who are some of the? I know it's a number of things that we want to talk about with this, but let's recognize some of the people that have stepped up, and who is going to be some of your big help with this as far as like sponsors and stuff go.
Yeah, so I've got a list of some sponsors. Let me get my list here.
Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. These guys it's. A lot of these companies, man, don't get the credit they deserve, and this is a great time that they can get the recognition that they deserve too. But people don't realize that a lot of these companies, probably a lot of the ones you're going to say, are putting so much into the sport, and they deserve the recognition that they're getting.
Oh yeah, that's exactly right. So yeah, we got some local communities, small businesses that are willing to donate, and all the way to the top, businesses that, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
But these are all the sponsors so far. I'd like to give a big shout out to them that are helping and contributing their time and, all their donations. But we'll start off small. We got Rappahannock Supply. We got Ronnie Mace with Value Pack Feed.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Carr with Pride Feed. Mm-hmm. We've got Timber and Shore Dog Supply, Dog and Hunt Supply, Conky's Outdoors.
Very nice.
We've got Ray's Lawn Care, Cut to the Chase Lawn Care, The Foxhole, Outdoor Dog Supply, Bob Alley Towing. We have some personal people. We've got Mr. Clayton Davis, Mr. Cameron Porter, Mr. Tate Hahn. And also for our last one so far, we've got Mr. Bailey Glasgow with Rappahannock Graphics. So those are pretty much all of our sponsors that we have right now.
Very nice.
As a hunt for the first time and just the community coming together, I think that's pretty good with all them sponsors so far. So
agreed 100%, man. And that's one thing that I've always taken to heart with the hound hunting community is when there is a call for something, especially something like this, and especially something that involves children that are in need, man, or somebody in need, but mainly children, man. It's this community steps up to no other. You know what I mean? It is insane, like just instant. They're coming for you.
Right.
They're coming to help.
Absolutely. And I truly believe too, us as dogsmen, if anybody needed anything at a certain period of time and you couldn't give it, you would still do the damnedest to give, what they need,
Right.
Even when it's noticed.
Right, 100%. I mean, I know. Well, I forgot who said it. I can't remember who I was recording with. They said it probably the best. They said it doesn't matter from Virginia all the way down to Florida. If I broke down on the side of the highway, I'm probably within 30 minutes of a houndsman that I could call and they would come help. And Absolutely. That's just how we are.
That's exactly right. Yes, sir.
And then that's just helping somebody broke down on the side of the road, not to mention you're donating, you're giving time, you're giving effort to something that's going to help such a great cause.
Right.
So now explain to me, I know a lot of people are probably going to be wondering what what are you going to be doing with what you raise? You know, where is that going to be going, and how's that going to work?
Yeah, so obviously, you got the gist of what I'm trying to, benefit and my point across.
Right.
But my girlfriend, she actually she wants to take some of the money and us to go shopping on ourselves,
Yep.
um, and spend a little bit of money like that, and buy toys, clothes, gifts, shoes, stuff like that, um,
Right.
and donate it to like local social services, um, kind of things, little organizations that help those kind of families that are in need.
Right.
Um, so I don't really know how to think of this, but just giving money to organizations is great, but
Right.
I would like to know that, hey, we spent the time to get this and this. They can't do nothing with these toys but give it to children.
Yep. That's right. That's right. I like that. I like that.
And
It's going to the right places at the right thing.
right, exactly. And we also have a girl that lives in our local community, and she does the shoe boxes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So she does the shoe boxes, and she's done it since 2020. So in 5 years, she has packed over 20,000 shoe boxes.
Daggone.
Yep. With like I said, a community of roughly around 7,500 people.
That's insane.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So they're going all across the world, all across the United States with these shoe boxes.
Right.
And the thing that I like about shoe boxes is it's a gift,
Yep.
but it's a way to introduce the children to God, the
Right.
gospel,
That's
Jesus,
right. Yep.
um so
I like that.
I like that a lot. So I would like to donate some money to her as well, so that she can pack these shoe boxes, get gifts for these shoe boxes, because I know she'll do the right thing.
Right. Right. I like that.
So
I like that.
my goal with that organization is to pack probably around 500 shoe boxes.
That'll be awesome, man. That'll be
So
awesome.
that's 500 kids that are giving or receiving a gift from one organization.
Yep. And that's such a powerful thing too, man. Because I mean, don't get me wrong. Like you said it really well. You know, there's you got a lot of benefit hunts and charities and all that kind of stuff that happen that help kids either. Maybe they're in a medical situation, they need help medically, or maybe it's foster care or whatever the situation may be. A lot of these organizations are getting that money, and I'm sure it is well spent. Or maybe these families do need that money for the medical expenses. But, these kids that don't get a Christmas, that these families or these organizations or whatever the case is, can't focus on the magic of Christmas. You know what I mean? You're waking up that morning and Santa coming and that kind of stuff. You're giving these kids a chance by doing something like this to wake up with a smile on their face.
Exactly right.
Yeah. Yeah. And, maybe that's what they needed. Maybe they didn't need that bill pay, not that they, obviously bills are always going to be important, but maybe those kids just needed that for that day. Maybe that's what they needed. And you're doing this is helping that.
Yes, correct. And, as all kids, they don't see, hey, mom and dad or grandma and grandpa, whoever they may be living with, is, feeding me, keeping me clothed, keeping me under a house, a roof.
Right.
So, kids don't see that. They see gifts that they receive on Christmas morning. And if we can run our dogs to, benefit these kids to have something to wake up to, and, these kids to be happy with, these kids are going to say, how did this gift get here?
Mm-hmm.
And long story short, it came down to, a few houndsmen got together, they ran their dogs, they raised money, and you received Christmas.
Yep. I like that. I like that a lot, man. That's really incredible. And I like what you're talking to, about helping them. Maybe this turns some of these kids, maybe they're struggling with the faith, maybe they're struggling with are wondering why, and maybe this is the answer that they needed to say, hey, God is real, and this is something that's maybe this is their sign for them to keep faith and keep strong and keep believing that things are going to get better, keep believing in God that and praying and that things will happen and things are going to get better and things, it's an uplifting thing, and I think that little extra message in there is great.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, man. So that's incredible, man. So when is this hunt going to take place?
Yeah. So it's going to be November 1st. It's going to be a night hunt. It's going to be 12 a.m. to 4 a.m.
Okay.
So it'll be November 1st. You get there, and then we'll run, I guess, November 2nd, 12 a.m. to 4 a.m.
Gotcha.
It will be a $100 or $100 dog fee, and it will be a $100 or a 100 dog limit. Sorry about that.
Yep. No, I completely. $100 a dog, $100 limit.
Yep. So that's kind of what I thought was fair, as a benefit hunt to raise money, and the prizes that were given out, I thought was fair as well.
Yeah, absolutely. What are you giving out at the hunt?
Yeah, so first place they will receive a trophy, and a lot of pins they're doing plaques now. So I wanted to do the full set of trophies.
I like it.
So we got the full set of trophies for top 15. We're going to give out top 15.
I like it.
So first place will get the trophy. They'll receive a Alpha XL, and depending on how much feed we get, we'll split the feed up accordingly. But they will receive feed and a hat. So the hats, they will be 1st through 15th.
Very nice.
They will say Virginia Hounds for Christmas benefit hunt, and they'll have the state of Virginia logo on it with a hound, and then on the side of the hat it will say your placing on it.
Awesome.
So second place trophy, TT25 feed and a hat. Third place will be a trophy, a TT25 feed and hat. Same as fourth place, fifth place, and then sixth place will receive trophy, feed, hat. Seventh through 15th, or I'm sorry, 7th through 10th will receive trophy, feed, and hat.
Yep.
And then 11th through 15th will receive a trophy and a hat.
Gotcha. I like that, man. That's awesome. That's really good prizes for benefit hunt too. A lot of times your benefit hunts are they kind of lose track on, which don't get me wrong, the whole purpose of being there is for the benefit, for whatever the purpose is behind the hunt. But a lot of times the hunters that are bringing the dogs and making this successful get kind of lost. So it's really neat to see what you're doing there and making that still the hunters that are bringing the dogs and making the effort of making that hunt success are getting a good return back.
Yes, absolutely. And I don't mean to sound selfish, but if I wanted to support a family in Kentucky, and I paid $100 a dog to go to Kentucky,
right.
Well, first place, I don't want to receive a trophy and 2 bags of feed.
Right.
So I want to make it worthwhile for people to travel, for people to come receive good prizes, and make it worth their while as well as to benefit for our hunt.
I like that. Now, are you planning on doing any kind of raffle for this hunt?
Yeah, so I'm planning on, we're going to do a Yeti 35.
Okay.
And we're also going to do a TT 25. Now, the raffles and the prizes, they are set to, what I said is set to be the prizes.
Right.
But as people donate, they're donating all kinds of stuff. So, man, we, first place, second place, all the places might receive something else as well, with all the sponsors that we are getting.
Awesome. I like
So
that.
it may be, it will be more than what is on the flyer.
That's great, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. Are you going? I'm assuming probably right before rewards. That's what you're planning on doing for the raffle.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So I plan on just doing it, the deck of cards way is
Right.
probably the easiest way. So I'll do the deck of cards,
Yep.
and or I may do the raffle, or buy the tickets. Not
Well,
sure you want to do
I'll
on that.
tell you, depending on how many people you have there, and especially now, are you planning on? I don't know how many people would show up, especially with it being an early morning hunt like that, but that option is probably there. But you may have some people that are, especially locals, might come there just for the auction, just to help.
Right.
You
Yes.
know, so you're and obviously this is your hunt, but if you have a deck of cards, if you're doing a deck of cards style, you might want to have a couple deck of cards on hand in different colors,
Right.
because it very could easily, knowing how houndsmen are, it wouldn't take very long, in my opinion, to run through that deck of cards.
Right. And that's kind of what I was thinking too. It's probably the easiest way, but
Mm-hmm.
if we don't have enough people and I don't have any tickets, well, you know, it's
Right.
kind of a loss.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
so
Well,
yeah.
like we've been talking though, man. If you took it, even if it was just one deck of cards, and you make a little profit on that to give to to the cause, the houndsmen are going to make sure that deck of cards at least is sold.
Right.
I can almost guarantee that. All right, y'all, we're going to take a quick second and pause this episode, talk about our partners over at Elite Nutrition. Our hounds, guys, they're athletes. They give us their all each and every time they're cast. Elite Nutrition offers all natural products to give your dogs the natural benefits that they deserve. From the canine remove and all natural wormer to the Electro Boost paste for electrolyte replenishment, body fluid balance, and blood flow improvement, they also have products like Active Dog Powder for recovery and joint and muscle support, Essential Dog Powder for daily vitamins and minerals, probiotics, prebiotics, and enzymes, the Canine Lactate Powder for nursing dogs to help with milk supply. There are tons of other products to check out at CajunLights.com, and then click on the Elite Nutrition section to explore. When you get to checkout, and only at CajunLights.com, use the code HTElite10 to receive 10% off your Elite Nutrition products. Again, that's HT Hounds Tails Elite 10. So HT10 Elite 10 in the discount code section to receive 10% off of all your Elite Nutrition products, only via CajunLights.com. I've been using their products, guys, for several months now. Cannot be happy with the results. That's pretty much all I run my dogs off of. So thank you, Elite Nutrition, for joining up with the Hounds Tales podcast and taking a step forward into this field trial world. Now let's get back to the results. So if anybody, well, let me start here. Have you started the numbers? When did the numbers go out for the hunt?
Yeah. So numbers, they will go out September 27th.
Okay.
So that would be this upcoming weekend.
Gotcha.
And they will start at 7 p.m.
Perfect.
I would like it to be text only. That way
Okay.
I can kind of keep up with everybody and, do it fair.
Yep, I like that.
So, you know what I'm trying to say. Just kind of keep it fair and,
Yep.
stuff like that. So
It
yeah,
makes things a whole lot simpler too.
Oh, yeah,
The texting, that is nice. It's a good way to do it.
Yep, that's right. So you're not, people are trying to call and you're trying to get their number straight, and that way it's just text message, and you can text them back, send them a message, and hey, this is your number, this is what you got.
Right.
Also, the money, I would like the money to be prepaid.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody prepay by October 18th.
I like that.
So, all the money will be in by then.
Yep.
Cash or check would be preferred. If you're writing the check, I would just make it out to me for Christopher Scott. That way I can just cash it, have the cash, and, put it all in an envelope, after all the hunt is, said and done, and we got everything.
There you go.
Yeah, so also I did forget a sponsor, Mr. David Morris.
Mm-hmm.
he is going to be donating the Alpha XL to the first place winner.
Gotcha. Awesome.
So yeah. So anyway, back to where
Yeah.
we, were with the hunt.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think we were, with the money being turned in October 18th.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, all money, be turned in October 18th. It is at Stony Creek Fox Pen.
Yep.
So yeah.
And that place is boiling too, son.
It is.
Boiling.
It is, absolutely. We went there a couple times this year, and man, I tell you what, that place has some good running.
It does. Kevin's got it in great shape. It's all you want out of that kind of style hunt, man. Kevin does such a great job with it, and it really does make for a great hunt.
Absolutely.
How you looking on judges so far?
Yeah, so I've got a list so far. We're right at 23 so far.
Perfect.
Of people saying that they're going to come.
Cool.
Now granted, you might have some people that might not show up.
That's right.
But
always will.
We're right at 23 right now. So right now we're sitting all right.
Good deal. If somebody wants to offer to judge, or even when that time comes to get numbers, who are they calling, and what number are they calling?
Yes, sir. So you can reach me, Christopher Scott. My cell phone number, it is 804-384-2119. Feel free, to reach me Monday through Sunday anytime. I will reach back to you. If not, I'll get to you, a couple hours next day, whatever. But I promise I will get back with you.
Very nice. If there's anybody that's looking for donation, wanting to donate, is there any particular items that you're looking for, and anything else that anybody can do to help with the hunt as far as donation wise?
Yeah, so we pretty much got all of our prizes that are in need so far. But if you were looking to donate, I mean, you can do anything, man. From blankets to stencils, paint. I mean, anything field trial. I mean, you don't have to spend $100 to donate.
Right.
It can definitely be something cheap, and we'll just throw it in with the prizes. But yeah, I mean, same thing. If you're looking to donate, just reach out to me.
Perfect.
Anytime. So.
Great. So, looking forward to the future. Obviously, this looks like it's going to be nice. It's going to be a great hunt for a great cause. Is this something that you're thinking about trying to do yearly, or is this going to be a kind of a 1 year thing, kind of touch and go, see how it goes this year? We'll play it by ear next year, kind of deal.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to do it annually. I'm hoping to make it work so I can do it every year.
Awesome.
And maybe do it at a different pin every year and just kind of see how the years progress on. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, I hope that my goal this year is to raise at least $5,000.
I think you'll clear that more than you're expecting. I really do.
So that's my goal. I got a low set goal. That way I can try to achieve it and just progress it year and year and go on from there. But yeah, like I said, I plan on doing it annually and trying to progress it from here. Like I said, this is my first hunt I've ever put on, so if I'm doing something wrong or I'm not doing something right, please tell me. I'd love to fix it.
Yeah, absolutely. Constructive criticism never hurt anybody, right?
That's exactly right. Don't tell me I'm doing a perfect job when I'm not.
Right. That's right.
Yep. And two, we also are going to have hats and T-shirts for sale.
That's what I was getting ready to ask. Yep.
So we will have hats for sale. They will be just the regular Virginia logo with the hound on it, and they will say Virginia Hounds 2025 Virginia Hound for Christmas benefit hunt on them. So we're going to have them for sale at the hunt. And T-shirts, T-shirts is kind of query. I don't really know everybody's shirt size and who's going to want a T-shirt. So I'm going to post it on my Facebook page. So once the design comes out, I will post it on there.
Awesome.
And just text me or message me, to pre-order them. I'm going to make them pre-order.
Yeah, that's the best way to be.
Yep. So I mean, just message me your shirt size and how many, and what you want, and keep it simple, and we'll write you down. And if it's 2 to 3 weeks, I promise I haven't forgotten about you. I'm just trying to get everything straight.
Excellent, excellent. I like that. I like that a lot, man. That's man. It's the shirts and hats. I think will be a big thing too, and I know a lot of people don't like to see pre-orders, but man, there's so much overhead in shirts and hats. You have to pre-order. You absolutely have to pre-order. So you're doing that exactly how you need to do it.
Yep, exactly right. And I'm just keeping it simple with that for now.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future, we'll do sweatshirts and more color designs, more designs or something like that. And people can say, "Oh, that hunt's coming up. I want a few of these."
Right.
So,
Right.
We're just going to keep it simple for now and just keep it like that.
Do you have a cutoff date for when you need to get pre-orders for that stuff in?
No, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I think that's a great way to donate.
Yep.
So, if you want a hat or a T-shirt, I mean, you can message me a week after the hunt and say, "Hey, I never did pre-order a T-shirt. Do you have any?" And I'll say, absolutely, man. We'll get you fixed up, and we'll put in an order for some more.
Awesome. That's great. I like that idea. That's really smart. I know a lot of hunts, and I've been bad about it. They're very much make sure you have them in by this kind of date. But the way you're doing that and the way you're wording that, that's fantastic. I like that.
Right, absolutely.
So hopefully that's something that maybe you can carry into the future, and we can you can make this a yearly thing, man. It's a great thing that you're doing. It's a great cause, and I think it's got a place in the sport. That's for sure.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, I appreciate it.
The Hounds podcast is happy to announce our newest partnership with Low 10 Outfitters. If your kennel is looking for new apparel to rock to the next field trial or the upcoming hunting season, look no further than Low 10 Outfitters. They offer shirts, hats, hoodies, coats, and other accessories with custom logos for your kennel or your hound's name to go on. With top quality merchandise and long-lasting quality, you can't go wrong with Low 10 Outfitters. Now we are offering Hounds podcast apparel on their website at low10outfitters.com. Be on the lookout, guys. It's there. Go purchase it. We're live, guys. Go in, go purchase it. low10outfitters.com. Click on the Houndstails section for your Houndstails apparel and the Houndstails Pin Series apparel. So thank you so much for Low 10 Outfitters for teaming up with the Houndstails podcast. Now let's get you back to the rest of your episode. Yeah. Is there, so for people listening, is there anything help-wise that you're looking for? I know it's a lot that you got going on. It's a lot of moving pieces, a lot of moving parts. Is there anything that anybody can do to help with this going forward?
Man, I'll be honest. I mean, we're looking for a few more judges.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd like to come out and judge, support it that way, that would be great. But as far as everything else, I mean, we've pretty much got everything covered. As far as prizes and trophies and stuff like that, everything's on order, being made, stuff like that. But Kevin's wife, the pen owner's wife, she's donating her time, and she's going to do the books and all the scoring and stuff like that.
Very nice. Good for really good for them. Yeah,
yep.
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Well, she does a great job too.
Yes, sir. That's what I've heard. So.
Yep, does a very good job. So that's awesome that she's doing that. And like you said, man, it's judges is so important. Obviously the whole purpose of the hunt is to raise money and make that the whole purpose. But having a good hunt is big too. You can't just have a benefit hunt and go there and have 5 judges show up and have it be a 250 points to win kind of hunt.
Right.
That's somewhere that should have been 600. 500, 600.
Right, and that is probably my worst fear, is having all of these prizes and all of these hats and T-shirts and hunters and stuff like that show up to donate and come support, and
yep.
I only have 10 judges here to judge your dogs.
Right. Yep.
I would just feel terrible about that.
Yeah, and it's I can respect that because I've been cut short on judges, and I've been very blessed, and the judges that do show up hustled their tails off and made it work. But that place right there really needs max amount of judges.
Yes,
max amount.
And I tell you what too, for all the listeners out there, if you do plan to come out and judge, please bring a red light.
Yes, yes.
Those foxes are very skittish, to the white light for some reason.
Are. Very much. And you can purchase that red light at CajunLights.com at Cajun Outdoors.
Absolutely. Yep, that's right.
Get my little sponsor plug in there for a
that's
second.
Right. And to get your hounds fueled up, don't forget to check out Elite Nutrition.
There it is. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
And I'm definitely going to reach out to both of those companies for you too, and see if they'd be willing to, throw a little something in the mix too. See if I can't give you some help that way. So, and I'm working on. I got an idea, and I'll talk to you about it after we get done. I got an idea what I want to try to do, to help with the hunt and donate a little something.
Perfect.
But yeah, man, I'm gonna try my best to be there. I got to look at the calendar, see what all's going on, make sure I'm not double booking myself on that weekend. But I'm gonna try my absolute best to be there and help judge. And if not, I'm gonna make sure I at least get you something for it, do something for the hunt. So. But guys, like you said, you heard it. If you need judges, reach out. If you feel like judging, reach out to them. Any judge helps, man. It takes a lot in that place. Like I said, the game is very skittish for some reason. The pen will absolutely jam, and it will run them dogs to death. But that's figure of speech. But it is very difficult to judge, and you got to sit pretty still. So. With the max amount of judges, so if you feel like judging and can do it, hit them up, man. Y'all help this guy out, man.
Absolutely, and it will be I forgot to include this. It will be a all age hunt too, as well.
Perfect. Yep. I forgot to even think about that. Yep.
So it will be a all age hunt, and the numbers. I'm just gonna, if you got blankets that you wanna. Give me your blanket list. Just send me your blanket list, and if those numbers aren't taken, then we'll put you down for those numbers. And I mean, it's not a master's hunt, so like I said, I'm just taking it step by step this year. So if you've got pink, purple, blue, black, I mean, whatever you want to run,
right.
Put it on them, man. I mean, it is what it is. We don't have to do just the white numbers this year. So
excellent. Well, man, this is I can't wait to see what you do with it. It's really looking like it's going to be something that's going to be great, and very, very much hats off to you. This is you're making something happen out of from scratch, and it's looking to be something that could very well earn its spot in the sport. So, hats off to you, man, and you're doing a heck of a job, brother.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
It's now time for the Spotlight, presented by Cajun Lights. This is where each week we will recognize winners and other accomplishments across the field trial world. Now let's shine a light on these guys and these dogs, and let's get to this week's winners. All right, guys, before we finish this episode up, let's get into some of the results from this past week. And I may have missed some hunts. I tried to look as quick as I could. It's been a very, very busy couple weeks here lately. I know y'all sick and tired of hearing that. But the only results I got was from the NC State. Best mouth was Fowler's Hulk HL, and that's out of Sire of the Year champion BME Chrome, and Fowler's Foxy Lady HL from High Life Kennels. Classiest Hound is out of the same cross, but this is champion Fowler's Ladybug, also from High Life Kennels. And then the combination winner was Lane Farm Timber from out of champion Huffman's Johnny Cash and Powell's Fly P from Lane Farm Kennels. And the field champion was Cabin Lakes T-Pain. Dogs out of champion Maple Road Pilot J and Heart's Bella C from Cabin Lake Kennels. So congratulations to those guys down there. on that. I am working. I know I've been getting some messages. I am working on the numbers for the championship hunt. We'll talk about that some more next week. I should probably by the end of this weekend have everything given out. We'll know all the answers to everything. So we'll talk about that more in next week's episode. So let's finish this one up, guys. Thank y'all so much again for listening, and let's keep rocking and rolling. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we're getting here kind of close to the end, brother. I hit that closing topic, and I hope you had a few seconds to sit down and think about it, look at that thing, and, I wanted to ask you, as a young hunter, I don't get many people your age on here. I think you're probably the youngest guest if I had to guess.
Yeah, I've probably seen almost every episode of yours, and
I appreciate that. I really do. So I'd say you're probably the youngest one if my memory suits. So as a young hunter, what is something that you're seeing at your age that you think would help keep this sport around for people to continue to enjoy it, and for hunts like this to be able to continue going on?
Absolutely, yeah. I think the number one thing is to involve in your community. I think if involving in your community with your hounds, getting people to see your hounds how you see your hounds would be your best benefit. So,
like that.
We're putting on this hunt, to benefit children, to run our dogs. We're running our dogs, like I said, I've probably said this 1,000 times, but we're running our dogs to benefit these children, families, and more than just one family. Like I said, we got one, donation trying to fill 500 shoe boxes for 500 kids.
Right.
But no, I would definitely, get people on track to see how you see things. Just stay involved. Put on more hunts like this.
Yep.
Like I said, just get the people to see your dogs how you see your dogs, and keep the community involved. Keep it, keep the community rolling, man.
I like that. That's a great answer, man. That's a great answer. I like that. That's a different point of view that you normally don't hear. So I really do like that. I respect that a lot, and I fully agree with you too.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, if your community can see you, how you see your sport, then they will understand your sport better.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and things like this may be the ticket, may be the key to keeping this sport around and keeping it alive. So,
absolutely.
Yep. I like that a lot, brother. I like that a lot. But all right, man. Well, if there's we're getting right here. Like I said, we're at the end of this thing, brother. I definitely appreciate you coming on. It's been great. It's a great record, man. Is there anything else that you'd like to add in, or any last minute shout outs that you'd like to shoot out before we end this thing up?
No, man. I think I've pretty much covered it all. If I haven't, please reach out to me. Like I said, I'm available all the time. I'll reach back out to you. But I think I've covered all my sponsors so far that have reached out and donated. But that's pretty much about it, man.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, man, I certainly do appreciate you coming on. Like I said, I know it was a little last minute. It kind of put you on the spot, but you did a great job, brother, and I definitely appreciate you coming on, and appreciate all the support from you too, man.
Absolutely, and same goes to you.
Yes, bud. Yeah, absolutely, man. So, all right, everybody out there listening, thank y'all so much. Hit up Mr. Christopher Scott and let him know if you can help out in any way. Don't forget, if you are listening, no matter what platform you're on, like and subscribe. It helps us reach out to more people, and it gets more things seen. And don't be afraid to share and share and share. So, all right, guys, thank y'all so much for listening. And like always, guys, happy hunting.